Your biggest enemies aren't the obvious ones you can see coming. They're the people sitting at your dinner table, sharing your workspace, and claiming they love you while systematically destroying everything that makes you powerful. Right now, there are individuals in your life who are acting like energetic parasites, feeding off your natural Aries vitality while convincing you that your instincts are wrong, your ambitions are unrealistic, and your confidence is misplaced. This isn't about hurt feelings or relationship drama. This is about cosmic warfare happening right under your nose. As an Aries, you were born with a specific energetic signature that threatens certain types of people on a cellular level. Your natural ability to take charge, make quick decisions, and pursue what you want without asking permission triggers deep insecurities in others. Instead of working on themselves, these individuals choose to dim your light so they can feel more comfortable in their own limitations. The ancient prophecies speak of this exact phenomenon. Nostradamus wrote extensively about the challenges facing fire signs, particularly Aries, in times when their leadership would be most needed. He warned that the greatest obstacles to Aries' success wouldn't come from external circumstances, but from the people closest to them who would use emotional manipulation, criticism, and control to keep them small. What's happening in your life right now isn't coincidence. It's a cosmic pattern that has been repeating for centuries. Think about the last time you had a brilliant idea that excited you completely. Remember how clear and confident you felt in that moment of inspiration? Now think about what happened when you shared that idea with certain people in your life. Did they immediately point out potential problems? Did they suggest you slow down and think it through more carefully? Did they remind you of past failures or question whether you were really qualified to pursue something so ambitious? That conversation wasn't helpful advice. It was energetic sabotage disguised as concern. The most insidious part of this dynamic is how these people convince you that they're protecting you from disappointment or failure. They position themselves as the voice of reason, while you're painted as the impulsive dreamer who needs their guidance. Over time, you start believing their version of reality. You begin second-guessing your instincts, hesitating before taking action, and seeking approval from the very people who are threatened by your success. This is exactly how powerful Aries warriors become shadows of themselves. Your fire sign energy is meant to inspire, lead, and create positive change in the world. When that energy gets suppressed or misdirected, you don't just hurt yourself. You rob the world of the contributions only you can make. The people who are draining your energy know this on some level. They recognize your potential, which is precisely why they work so hard to contain it. If this resonates with your experience, hit that subscribe button right now, because Secret of the Zodiac is your guide to understanding and protecting your cosmic gifts. Give this video a like to help other Aries warriors find this crucial information, because what I'm about to reveal will change how you see every relationship in your life. The 6 zodiac signs I'm going to expose operate through specific patterns that target different aspects of your Aries nature. Some attack your emotions, others undermine your confidence, and the most dangerous ones convince you to abandon your dreams entirely. But before we dive into their tactics, you need to understand that awareness is your first line of defense. Once you recognize these patterns, they lose their power over you. The first 2 signs that pose the greatest threat to your success operate as emotional vampires, and their methods are more sophisticated than you might imagine. The first reason, Cancer, the emotional manipulator. Cancer doesn't attack you with obvious aggression or direct confrontation. Instead, they weaponize their emotions to create an invisible prison around your Aries energy. These individuals have mastered the art of emotional manipulation so completely that you'll find yourself apologizing for things you never did wrong, while they position themselves as the perpetual victim in every scenario. Here's how their manipulation operates in real life. You come home excited about a new opportunity, a business idea, or a personal goal you want to pursue. Instead of celebrating with you, Cancer immediately shifts the conversation to how your enthusiasm makes them feel insecure, left behind, or worried about your relationship. They don't directly tell you not to pursue your dreams. That would be too obvious. Instead, they create emotional chaos around every positive development in your life until you start associating your success with their suffering. The most dangerous aspect of Cancer's emotional manipulation is how they make you responsible for managing their feelings while neglecting your own needs completely. They'll have emotional breakdowns precisely when you're trying to focus on important projects. They'll create family emergencies during your crucial business meetings. They'll develop sudden health concerns right before you're supposed to travel for opportunities. The timing is never coincidental. It's strategically designed to redirect your attention away from your growth and back to their emotional needs. Cancer also employs what psychologists call emotional hostage-taking. They'll make statements like, "If you really cared about our family, you wouldn't take risks like this," or "Your ambition is tearing us apart." They present false choices where you either pursue your goals and hurt them, or sacrifice your dreams to prove your love. This creates enormous guilt because your natural Aries instinct is to protect people you care about. But Cancer exploits that protective nature to keep you trapped in limitation. What makes this particularly insidious is how Cancer reframes their controlling behavior as emotional sensitivity. They convince you that your direct communication style is too harsh, your quick decision-making is inconsiderate, and your independent nature is selfish. Over time, you start walking on eggshells, moderating your natural intensity, and seeking their emotional approval before making any moves. Your fierce Aries energy gets slowly suffocated under layers of guilt, obligation, and emotional drama. The long-term damage Cancer inflicts on Aries is profound. You begin to fear your own power because every time you step into your leadership role, it triggers their emotional instability. You start making yourself smaller, dimmer, and less ambitious to avoid the exhausting emotional scenes that follow your success. Eventually, you become so focused on managing their feelings that you forget how to honor your own instincts and desires. Cancer's manipulation is particularly effective because they genuinely believe they're protecting the relationship. They've convinced themselves that your Aries fire threatens their security, so they must contain it to feel safe. This self-righteousness makes them immune to logic or direct confrontation. You can't argue with someone who believes their emotional survival depends on controlling your energy. The second reason, Virgo, the perfectionist critic. While Cancer attacks your emotions, Virgo destroys your confidence through relentless criticism disguised as helpful advice. These individuals have an uncanny ability to find flaws in every idea, plan, or dream you share with them. They don't present themselves as enemies, quite the opposite. They position themselves as the rational voice of reason who's trying to save you from inevitable failure and disappointment. Virgo's critical nature operates through what appears to be logical analysis, which makes their destructive influence particularly hard to recognize. When you share an exciting new venture or creative project, they immediately begin dissecting every potential problem, pointing out risks you haven't considered, and questioning whether you've done enough research or preparation. Their criticism feels legitimate because it's technically accurate. There are always risks and potential problems with any endeavor. However, Virgo's supposed helpfulness serves a darker purpose. By constantly highlighting what could go wrong, they systematically erode your natural Aries confidence and impulse to take action. They transform your bold, instinctive approach into anxious overthinking. Instead of trusting your gut and moving forward with characteristic fire sign energy, you find yourself trapped in endless planning phases, research loops, and preparation that never feels complete enough to warrant action. The most damaging aspect of Virgo's influence is how they make you doubt your own competence. They have a gift for identifying the one area where you lack expertise and making that seem like the most important factor in your entire endeavor. If you want to start a business, they'll focus on your accounting knowledge. If you want to pursue a creative career, they'll question your marketing skills. If you want to travel, they'll obsess over your language barriers or cultural preparation. Virgo accomplishes this by setting impossible standards that ensure you never feel ready to begin anything significant. They create elaborate checklists of requirements, qualifications, and preparations that would take years to complete. When you express frustration with their endless demands for perfection, they respond with hurt confusion, claiming they're only trying to help you succeed by being thorough and realistic. What makes Virgo's criticism particularly toxic for Aries is how it targets your greatest strength, your ability to take action despite uncertainty. Your fire sign energy thrives on momentum, instinct, and the willingness to figure things out as you go. Virgo's perfectionist demands completely contradict this natural approach, forcing you to adopt their earth sign methodology of excessive caution and detailed preparation. Under Virgo's influence, your spontaneous leadership style gets replaced by paralyzed perfectionism. You start believing that quick decisions are irresponsible, that trusting your instincts is naive, and that taking action without complete information is reckless. This fundamental shift in your approach to life eliminates the very qualities that make you effective as an Aries leader. Virgo also employs intellectual superiority to undermine your confidence. They present themselves as more informed, more prepared, and more realistic than you are. They'll spend hours researching minor details about your projects, then present their findings in ways that make you feel unprepared and impulsive by comparison. This creates a dynamic where you constantly seek their approval and validation before making any significant moves. The long-term result of Virgo's critical influence is that your natural Aries fire gets completely extinguished. You become so focused on avoiding mistakes and meeting their impossible standards that you stop taking the bold actions that create breakthrough success. Your leadership energy transforms into anxious perfectionism, and your confident decision-making becomes hesitant second-guessing. Both Cancer and Virgo share a common strategy, despite their different approaches. They make you responsible for managing their insecurities while abandoning your own power and potential. Cancer does this through emotional manipulation, while Virgo uses intellectual criticism, but the result is identical. Your bright Aries energy gets dimmed to accommodate their limitations and fears. The cosmic truth is that both these signs are threatened by your natural ability to create change and inspire others. Rather than working on their own growth, they prefer to keep you contained within their comfort zones. Cancer needs emotional stability, and your dynamic energy feels threatening to their need for security. Virgo needs predictable control, and your spontaneous approach challenges their illusion of safety through preparation. Understanding these patterns is crucial because it allows you to recognize when someone's supposed concern for your well-being is actually an attack on your cosmic nature. True support encourages your growth, while emotional vampirism demands you shrink to accommodate others' fears and limitations. The next sign poses an even more direct threat to your Aries leadership abilities through overt control and domination tactics. The third reason, Capricorn, the control freak boss. Capricorn represents the most sophisticated threat to your Aries autonomy because they disguise their controlling behavior as mentorship, wisdom, and responsible leadership. Unlike Cancer's emotional manipulation or Virgo's perfectionist criticism, Capricorn attacks your independence through systematic domination that appears beneficial on the surface. They position themselves as the experienced authority figure who knows better than you do, and they use this supposed superiority to gradually strip away your decision-making power. The insidious nature of Capricorn's control begins with their ability to identify your ambitions and then convince you that their guidance is essential for achieving those goals. They don't discourage your dreams outright. Instead, they become indispensable gatekeepers who must approve every step of your journey. They'll offer their expertise, connections, and resources, but these gifts come with invisible strings attached that slowly transform you from an independent leader into a dependent follower. Here's how Capricorn's control unfolds in real relationships. You share an exciting business idea or career goal with them, and instead of encouraging your natural Aries initiative, they immediately begin restructuring your entire approach. They'll explain why your timeline is unrealistic, why your methods are inefficient, and why you need to follow their proven system instead of trusting your instincts. What feels like helpful guidance is actually a systematic dismantling of your autonomous decision-making process. Capricorn's controlling behavior is particularly dangerous because it exploits your Aries' desire for success and recognition. They promise that following their guidance will lead to greater achievements, more stability, and professional respect. They present themselves as the shortcut to everything you want, but the price is surrendering your natural leadership style in favor of their rigid, hierarchical approach to life. The psychological manipulation Capricorn employs is extraordinarily sophisticated. They create artificial scarcity around opportunities, making you believe that success is only possible through their specific channels and connections. They'll say things like, "This industry doesn't work the way you think it does," or "You need to pay your dues before you can make bold moves like that." They establish themselves as the sole authority on what's possible and realistic, effectively becoming the filters through which all your dreams must pass. What makes Capricorn's influence particularly toxic for Aries is how they systematically eliminate spontaneity and instinct from your decision-making process. Your fire sign energy thrives on quick action, creative solutions, and the willingness to adapt as circumstances change. Capricorn demands the opposite: lengthy planning periods, adherence to established protocols, and blind faith in traditional methods that have worked in the past. Under Capricorn's guidance, your natural Aries leadership becomes completely restructured. Instead of trusting your instincts and inspiring others through bold action, you find yourself following their step-by-step procedures and seeking their approval before making any significant moves. Your innovative ideas get filtered through their conservative lens until they become conventional, safe, and ultimately unremarkable. Capricorn also employs social pressure to maintain their control over your decisions. They'll introduce you to their network of contacts, but these relationships come with unspoken expectations about how you should behave, what goals you should pursue, and whose opinions you should value. They create an entire ecosystem where your success becomes dependent on maintaining their approval and following their rules. The most damaging aspect of Capricorn's control is how they convince you that independence equals irresponsibility. They frame your natural Aries autonomy as immaturity, naivety, or recklessness. They make you believe that seeking guidance and following established systems is the mark of wisdom, while trusting your own judgment is the behavior of someone who isn't ready for serious success. This psychological manipulation is particularly effective because Capricorn genuinely believes in their own superiority. They've achieved certain conventional markers of success, career advancement, financial stability, social status, and they assume this gives them the authority to direct your life choices. Their confidence in their own judgment makes them immune to feedback or alternative perspectives, which means they never question whether their guidance is actually helpful or harmful. Capricorn's control extends beyond professional guidance into every aspect of your personal decision-making. They'll have opinions about your relationships, your lifestyle choices, your financial decisions, and your recreational activities. Nothing is too personal for their input, and they present this comprehensive involvement as caring concern rather than invasive control. The long-term impact of Capricorn's influence on Aries energy is devastating. Your natural ability to inspire others through bold leadership gets replaced by rigid adherence to their established procedures. Your creative problem-solving skills atrophy because you're constantly following their predetermined solutions. Your confidence in your own judgment erodes because you've become dependent on their approval for validation. Under sustained Capricorn influence, you begin to internalize their voice as your own conscience. You start second-guessing every instinctive decision by asking yourself whether Capricorn would approve. You postpone action until you've consulted their opinion. You abandon creative approaches in favor of their proven methods. Essentially, you become a satellite orbiting their authority rather than a star burning with your own independent fire. Capricorn's control is particularly insidious because they frame their domination as protection from failure and disappointment. They position themselves as the responsible adult who's saving you from the consequences of impulsive decisions. This creates enormous guilt around asserting your independence because it feels like you're rejecting their generous help and choosing reckless behavior over wise guidance. The cosmic truth about Capricorn's relationship with Aries is that they're fundamentally threatened by your natural leadership abilities. While they've climbed traditional hierarchies through patience, persistence, and adherence to established rules, You have the ability to create new paradigms and inspire revolutionary change. Your fire energy represents everything their earth energy cannot understand or control, which triggers deep insecurity about their own approach to success. Rather than learning from your innovative methods or adapting their rigid systems to incorporate your insights, Capricorn chooses to eliminate the threat you represent by transforming you into another version of themselves. They want you to achieve success, but only through their approved channels and according to their established timeline. This ensures that your achievements validate their worldview rather than challenging it. Capricorn also fears that if you succeed through your natural Aries methods, it will expose the limitations of their slow, cautious approach to life. Your ability to trust your instincts and take bold action represents a direct challenge to everything they believe about how success should be achieved. Rather than questioning their own methods, they prefer to prove that your approach is immature and unrealistic by controlling your choices until you fail or conform. The relationship dynamic between Capricorn and Aries creates a master-servant arrangement where Capricorn holds all the decision-making power, while Aries provides all the creative energy and innovative thinking. Capricorn gets to feel superior and validated, while Aries does all the actual work of creation and implementation. This parasitic relationship drains your fire energy while feeding their earth energy need for control and status. Breaking free from Capricorn's control requires recognizing that their supposed wisdom is actually fear disguised as prudence. Their insistence on following established procedures isn't based on superior knowledge, it's based on their terror of uncertainty and change. Their demand for your compliance isn't motivated by concern for your success. It's motivated by their need to feel important and validated through controlling others. The most liberating realization about Capricorn's influence is understanding that their approval is neither necessary nor particularly valuable. Their conventional achievements don't grant them authority over your creative process or decision-making autonomy. Their experience with traditional methods doesn't qualify them to judge your innovative approaches. Their success within established systems doesn't give them the right to redesign your entire life according to their preferences. Your Aries energy is meant to create new possibilities, not to validate existing hierarchies. Your leadership is meant to inspire change, not to preserve outdated traditions. Your fire is meant to illuminate new paths, not to follow the well-worn tracks that others have already established. The fourth and fifth signs create an even more complex web of control through indecision and possessive jealousy that attacks your Aries freedom from completely different angles. The fourth reason, Libra, the indecisive people pleaser. Libra destroys your Aries momentum through a weapon so subtle you won't recognize the attack until your entire life has ground to a halt. Endless indecision disguised as thoughtful consideration. These individuals have perfected the art of turning every simple choice into an exhausting negotiation that drains your natural fire energy while accomplishing absolutely nothing productive. They don't oppose your goals directly. Instead, they ensure those goals never materialize by trapping you in perpetual analysis that prevents any meaningful action. The devastating impact of Libra's indecisiveness becomes apparent when you realize how they transform your decisive Aries nature into anxious overthinking. You'll present a clear opportunity or propose a straightforward solution to a problem, and Libra immediately begins weighing every possible perspective, considering everyone's feelings, and searching for consensus that will never exist. What should be a 5-minute decision becomes a 5-hour discussion that ends without any resolution whatsoever. Here's how Libra's indecision operates in real-world scenarios. You identify a business opportunity that requires quick action to secure. Instead of supporting your instinct to move immediately, Libra insists on conducting additional research, consulting more people, and considering alternative approaches. They'll suggest scheduling meetings to discuss the pros and cons, creating spreadsheets to analyze different options, and reaching out to various stakeholders for their input. By the time Libra feels comfortable making a decision, the opportunity has disappeared completely. The psychological manipulation behind Libra's indecisiveness is extraordinarily sophisticated. They present their inability to make choices as moral superiority, claiming they're being fair, considerate, and responsible by examining every angle. They make your natural Aries decisiveness seem impulsive, selfish, and potentially harmful to others. They convince you that quick decisions are signs of poor judgment, while endless deliberation demonstrates wisdom and maturity. Libra's people-pleasing tendencies compound their indecisiveness in ways that are particularly toxic for Aries energy. They cannot make any choice that might disappoint or exclude anyone, which means they're constantly searching for solutions that satisfy everyone simultaneously. This impossible quest for universal approval ensures that no meaningful action ever gets taken, because someone will always have objections or concerns that need to be addressed first. What makes Libra's influence particularly dangerous is how they make you complicit in their indecision. They don't simply refuse to make choices themselves. They insist that you participate in their endless deliberation process. They'll ask for your opinion on every minor detail, then immediately seek additional opinions that contradict yours. They'll request your help in analyzing different options, then introduce new variables that require starting the entire process over again. Under Libra's influence, your natural Aries leadership gets completely paralyzed. Instead of trusting your instincts and inspiring others through bold action, you find yourself trapped in committee meetings that never produce decisions. Your innovative ideas get buried under layers of diplomatic discussion, designed to avoid offending anyone. Your decisive energy gets channeled into facilitating conversations that circle endlessly without reaching conclusions. Libra also employs social pressure to maintain their indecisive approach by positioning themselves as the voice of inclusion and fairness. They'll suggest that making quick decisions excludes important voices from the conversation. They'll argue that rushing into action shows disrespect for people who need more time to consider their options. They frame your Aries urgency as inconsiderate behavior that prioritizes your agenda over collective harmony. The most frustrating aspect of Libra's indecision is how they make you feel guilty for wanting to move forward. They present their endless delays as evidence of superior thoughtfulness, while your desire for action becomes evidence of selfishness or impatience. They create scenarios where pushing for decisions feels like bullying, while accepting indefinite delays feels like the only socially acceptable choice. Libra's indecisiveness extends beyond major choices into every aspect of daily interaction. They'll spend 30 minutes debating where to eat lunch, an hour choosing what movie to watch, and entire weekends discussing vacation options without booking anything. This constant micro-indecision creates a death-by-a-thousand cuts effect on your Aries energy, gradually wearing down your enthusiasm until you stop proposing ideas altogether. The long-term impact of Libra's influence transforms your natural Aries fire into frustrated resignation. You begin to anticipate their objections and endless questions before making any suggestions. You start pre-negotiating with their need for consensus, watering down your ideas until they become bland compromises that excite no one. Your leadership style shifts from inspiring decisive action to facilitating diplomatic discussions that produce no results. The fifth reason, Scorpio, the jealous possessor. While Libra kills your momentum through indecision, Scorpio destroys your independence through obsessive control, disguised as passionate love. These individuals operate through psychological intensity that initially feels flattering and romantic, but gradually reveals itself as suffocating possession, designed to eliminate every aspect of your autonomous identity. Scorpio doesn't attack your goals directly. They make you choose between your dreams and their approval, knowing that most people will sacrifice their ambitions to maintain the relationship. Scorpio's possessive nature manifests through surveillance and interrogation that would make intelligence agencies envious. They need to know where you are, who you're with, what you're discussing, and how you're feeling about every interaction throughout your day. This isn't caring concern. It's systematic monitoring designed to identify and eliminate any person, activity, or opportunity that might threaten their exclusive access to your attention and energy. The psychological manipulation Scorpio employs is based on creating artificial intimacy through shared secrets and intense emotional experiences. They position themselves as your only true confidant, the one person who really understands your deepest thoughts and feelings. They encourage you to share information about other people in your life, then use that knowledge to create drama and conflict that isolates you from those relationships. Here's how Scorpio's jealousy operates in practice. You mention having lunch with a colleague or friend, and Scorpio immediately begins probing for details about the conversation, analyzing your facial expressions for signs of attraction or deception, and suggesting ulterior motives in the other person's behavior. They don't forbid these interactions directly. Instead, they make them so emotionally exhausting that you start avoiding them voluntarily. Scorpio's possessiveness specifically targets your Aries independence because your natural autonomy threatens their need for total control. Your fire sign energy thrives on freedom, spontaneity, and the ability to pursue opportunities without seeking permission from others. Scorpio's jealousy makes every independent choice feel like betrayal, every personal achievement feel like abandonment, and every moment of happiness feel like evidence that you don't need them enough. The most insidious aspect of Scorpio's jealousy is how they make their insecurity your responsibility to manage. When you succeed in your career, they become depressed about being left behind. When you enjoy activities they don't share, they feel excluded and rejected. When you maintain friendships they don't understand, they interpret this as evidence that you're hiding something or growing apart from them. Under Scorpio's influence, your natural Aries enthusiasm gets systematically suppressed because expressing joy or excitement about anything triggers their jealousy. You learn to downplay your achievements to avoid making them feel insecure. You start declining opportunities to prevent conflicts about spending time away from them. You begin editing your conversations to avoid mentioning people or activities that might upset them. Scorpio also employs emotional blackmail to maintain their possessive control over your choices. They'll threaten to end the relationship if you don't comply with their demands for exclusive attention. They'll create dramatic scenes about feeling unloved or unimportant whenever you assert your independence. They'll use their own mental health struggles as leverage to guilt you into abandoning activities or relationships they perceive as threatening. The psychological impact of Scorpio's jealousy transforms your confident Aries energy into anxious people-pleasing. You start evaluating every decision through the lens of how it will affect their emotional state. You begin seeking their permission for choices you should be making autonomously. You develop hypervigilance about avoiding situations that might trigger their suspicion or jealousy. Scorpio's possessiveness extends beyond romantic relationships into professional and family dynamics. They'll become jealous of your career success, your friendships, your hobbies, and even your relationships with family members. Nothing is too sacred for their jealousy to invade, and they present this comprehensive control as evidence of how much they care about you. What makes Scorpio's jealousy particularly toxic for Aries is how they punish your natural leadership abilities through emotional withdrawal and manipulation. When you take charge of situations or inspire others through your confident energy, Scorpio interprets this as evidence that you don't need them or value their input. They respond by becoming cold, critical, and emotionally unavailable until you return to seeking their validation and approval. The long-term damage Scorpio inflicts on Aries energy is the complete erosion of your independent decision-making ability. You become so focused on managing their emotional reactions that you lose touch with your own instincts and desires. Your natural confidence gets replaced by constant anxiety about whether your choices will trigger their jealousy. Your leadership energy gets redirected into managing their insecurities instead of pursuing your own goals. Both Libra and Scorpio share a common strategy of making you responsible for managing their psychological limitations while abandoning your own power and potential. Libra does this through endless indecision that requires your constant facilitation, while Scorpio uses jealous possession that demands your exclusive attention. The result is identical. Your bright Aries fire gets dimmed to accommodate their emotional needs and insecurities. The cosmic truth about both these signs is that they are fundamentally threatened by your Aries ability to create independent success and maintain autonomous relationships. Libra needs harmony and consensus, which your decisive leadership disrupts. Scorpio needs exclusive control and possession, which your independent nature challenges. Rather than growing to match your energy, they choose to shrink you down to their comfort level. Understanding these patterns allows you to recognize when someone's supposed love or concern is actually an attack on your cosmic nature and fundamental independence. The final sign poses the greatest threat of all through victimhood and escapism that completely transforms your warrior energy into enabler energy. The sixth reason, Pisces, the dreamy escape artist. Pisces represents the most dangerous threat to your Aries success because they attack your confidence and ambition through a weapon so subtle and seemingly innocent that you won't recognize the destruction until your warrior spirit has been completely transformed into enabler energy. These individuals operate through chronic victimhood and emotional manipulation that makes you feel guilty for pursuing your own dreams while they remain trapped in cycles of self-pity and learned helplessness. The insidious nature of Pisces' influence lies in their ability to make their problems become your problems, their limitations become your limitations, and their fears become your fears. They don't directly discourage your ambitions. Instead, they create such overwhelming emotional neediness that pursuing your goals feels selfish and inconsiderate. They position themselves as helpless victims who desperately need your support, making any focus on your own success appear cruel and abandoning. Here's how Pisces manipulation unfolds in real relationships. You're excited about a new business venture or career opportunity that requires significant time and energy investment. Instead of celebrating your potential success, Pisces immediately begins sharing their latest crisis, their overwhelming anxiety about life changes, and their desperate need for your emotional support during this difficult period. They don't ask you to abandon your opportunity directly. They simply make it impossible to pursue without feeling like you're abandoning someone in crisis. The psychological sophistication of Pisces manipulation is extraordinary because they've learned to weaponize empathy itself. They understand that your Aries protective instincts make you want to rescue people in distress, so they ensure they're always in distress whenever you're poised for success. Their timing is never coincidental. Emotional breakdowns occur precisely when you need to focus on important deadlines, family emergencies develop during your crucial business meetings, and health scares manifest right before you're supposed to travel for opportunities. Pisces creates artificial dependency by presenting themselves as emotionally fragile individuals who cannot handle life's basic challenges without your constant guidance and support. They'll call you crying about situations that require simple problem solving, then reject every practical solution you offer while insisting they just need someone to listen and understand their pain. This creates endless emotional labor where you provide support but never see any improvement or progress in their situation. What makes Pisces particularly toxic for Aries energy is how they transform your natural leadership abilities into codependent caretaking. Your fire sign strength, which should be directed toward achieving your own goals and inspiring others toward success, gets redirected into managing their emotional needs and solving problems they refuse to address independently. Your decisive action-taking gets replaced by endless emotional processing sessions that produce no tangible results. The victimhood that Pisces employs is comprehensive and all-encompassing. They're victims of their job, their family, their health, their finances, their past trauma, and their current circumstances. Nothing is ever their fault, and nothing can ever be improved through their own efforts. They've convinced themselves that they're powerless to change anything in their lives, which means you become responsible for either fixing their problems or listening to their complaints about those problems indefinitely. Under Pisces' influence, your natural Aries optimism and possibility thinking gets systematically eroded. Their constant focus on problems, limitations, and reasons why things won't work begins to infect your own mindset. You start approaching opportunities with their pessimistic lens, anticipating failure instead of success, and focusing on obstacles instead of solutions. Their learned helplessness becomes contagious, spreading to your own confidence and self-efficacy. Pisces also employs guilt manipulation through martyrdom and self-sacrifice narratives. They position themselves as people who have given up everything for others, who always put everyone else's needs first, and who never receive the appreciation they deserve for their generous hearts. This creates enormous guilt about pursuing your own success because it feels like you're being selfish, while they remain selflessly devoted to supporting everyone else. The escapist tendencies that define Pisces energy become particularly destructive when they influence your Aries drive for achievement. They'll suggest that ambition is shallow, that success is meaningless, and that pursuing material goals demonstrates spiritual immaturity. They present their own lack of achievement as evidence of superior spiritual development, while your desire for success becomes evidence of being caught up in ego and materialism. Pisces creates elaborate fantasy scenarios about alternative lifestyles, spiritual pursuits, and idealistic futures that require abandoning practical responsibilities and measurable goals. They'll spend hours discussing dreams of living off the grid, traveling the world without money, or pursuing artistic careers that don't require business skills or marketing efforts. These conversations feel inspiring initially, but gradually replace your concrete action plans with vague fantasies that never materialize into reality. The most devastating aspect of Pisces' influence is how they make you complicit in their escapism by encouraging you to abandon your own goals in favor of their fantasy scenarios. They'll suggest that your business ambitions are stressing you out unnecessarily, that your career goals are preventing you from enjoying life's simple pleasures, and that your success-oriented mindset is causing you to miss out on spiritual fulfillment and emotional connection. Under sustained Pisces influence, your Aries energy undergoes a complete transformation. Your natural confidence gets replaced by self-doubt and spiritual bypassing. Your decisive action-taking gets replaced by endless contemplation and analysis of feelings. Your leadership abilities get redirected into emotional caretaking and problem-solving for people who refuse to take responsibility for their own lives. Pisces also destroys your Aries energy through boundary violations disguised as emotional intimacy. They'll share inappropriate details about their personal struggles, their relationship problems, their financial difficulties, and their family drama. This information sharing creates artificial intimacy that makes you feel obligated to provide ongoing emotional support while receiving nothing constructive in return. The long-term damage Pisces inflicts on Aries' success is the complete erosion of your natural optimism and possibility thinking. You become so focused on managing their emotional needs and solving their endless problems that you lose touch with your own goals and ambitions. Your warrior energy gets transformed into rescuer energy, which is fundamentally incompatible with personal achievement and independent success. The cosmic truth about all 6 of these zodiac signs is that they represent different aspects of fear-based thinking that directly opposes the courage and confidence that defines Aries energy. Cancer fears emotional insecurity, Virgo fears imperfection, Capricorn fears losing control, Libra fears making wrong decisions, Scorpio fears abandonment, and Pisces fears taking responsibility. Rather than facing and overcoming these fears, they prefer to manage them by limiting your power and potential. Each of these signs operates through a different form of energy vampirism that feeds off your Aries fire while giving nothing constructive in return. They demand your time, attention, emotional labor, and life force energy while contributing only problems, limitations, criticism, and negativity to your experience. They position themselves as necessary components of your life while actually serving as obstacles to everything you're trying to create and achieve. The recognition of these patterns is your first step toward reclaiming your authentic Aries power and protecting your energy from those who would drain it for their own psychological comfort. Your fire is meant to illuminate possibilities, inspire action, and create positive change in the world. When that fire gets dimmed or redirected into managing others' limitations and fears, you rob yourself and the world of the unique contributions only you can make. Understanding these toxic dynamics allows you to make conscious choices about who deserves access to your energy and who has earned the right to influence your decisions. Your Aries nature is a gift that should be protected, nurtured, and directed toward purposes that honor your highest potential rather than accommodating others' lowest common denominators. The cosmic wisdom revealed through recognizing these patterns empowers you to choose relationships and environments that support your growth rather than limiting it. Your warrior spirit was never meant to be contained, controlled, criticized, or diminished by those who fear the very qualities that make you powerful and effective as a leader and creator. Now you possess the cosmic knowledge that will transform your entire approach to relationships and protect your Aries fire from the energy vampires who have been systematically draining your power without you even realizing it. These 6 zodiac signs represent the most dangerous threats to your success, and understanding their manipulation tactics is your first line of defense against their destructive influence. Cancer attacks through emotional manipulation, turning every achievement into guilt and every opportunity into emotional drama that demands your immediate attention and sacrifice. Virgo destroys your confidence through perfectionist criticism that makes you doubt your natural instincts and paralyzes your decisive action-taking with endless analysis and impossible standards. Capricorn eliminates your independence through control, disguised as mentorship, systematically replacing your leadership with their rigid authority until you become a follower instead of the leader you were born to be. Libra kills your momentum through indecision that transforms every simple choice into exhausting negotiations that never reach conclusions, trapping your fire energy in committee meetings that produce no results. Scorpio suffocates your autonomy through jealous possession that makes every independent choice feel like betrayal and every personal success feel like abandonment. Finally, Pisces destroys your ambition through victimhood and escapism that transforms your warrior spirit into enabler energy focused on rescuing people who refuse to rescue themselves. Each of these signs operates through a different form of psychological manipulation, but they all share one common goal: keeping you small, contained, and focused on their limitations instead of your unlimited potential. They feed off your Aries fire while contributing only problems, drama, criticism, and negativity to your experience. They position themselves as necessary parts of your life while actually serving as obstacles to everything you're trying to create and achieve. The cosmic truth that Nostradamus revealed in his prophecies about Aries' destiny is that your greatest battles won't be fought against obvious enemies, but against the people closest to you who are threatened by your natural power and leadership abilities. These individuals don't want you to fail completely. They want you to succeed just enough to validate their own choices while never achieving enough to expose their limitations. Recognition of these patterns empowers you to make conscious decisions about who deserves access to your energy and who has earned the right to influence your choices. Your Aries. Nature is a cosmic gift that was meant to inspire positive change, create new possibilities, and lead others toward greater success and fulfillment. When that gift gets redirected into managing others' insecurities, fears, and limitations, you rob yourself and the world of contributions that only you can make. The liberation that comes from distancing yourself from these toxic dynamics is immediate and profound. Your natural confidence returns, your decisive action-taking ability resurfaces, and your leadership energy flows freely toward purposes that honor your highest potential. You stop walking on eggshells around people who demand you dim your light, and you start attracting relationships that celebrate and support your authentic power. Your warrior spirit was never meant to be contained, criticized, controlled, or diminished by those who fear the very qualities that make you effective as a leader and creator. The cosmic forces that shaped your Aries nature intended for you to burn brightly, take bold action, and inspire others through your fearless pursuit of meaningful goals. If this cosmic revelation has opened your eyes to patterns you've been experiencing in your own life, I need you to take action right now. to support the mission of Secret of the Zodiac. First, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because we're bringing you life-changing cosmic wisdom every single day. These insights aren't available anywhere else, and this channel is your direct connection to the ancient wisdom that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary destinies. Next, explore our complete library of zodiac content by watching our other videos. Each one contains cosmic secrets that will revolutionize your understanding of astrology, relationships, and personal power. Share these videos with other Aries warriors who need this information, because together, we're building a community of empowered fire signs who refuse to let anyone dim their cosmic flame. Most importantly, I need your engagement to help this channel reach more Aries who desperately need this guidance. Comment below and tell me which of these 6 signs you recognize in your own life and what you're planning to do differently moving forward. Share your story about how these toxic dynamics have affected your goals and relationships. Your experiences will help other viewers recognize these patterns in their own lives. If this content has provided value and insight that you can't find anywhere else, please consider supporting our work through Super Thanks. Your financial contributions directly fund our ability to research, create, and deliver daily content that changes lives. Every contribution, no matter the size, helps us maintain the quality and frequency of cosmic guidance that our community depends on. This support allows us to continue bringing you the ancient wisdom and modern insights that empower your Aries journey toward unprecedented success and fulfillment. Your engagement, subscriptions, and support create the energy that powers this entire mission of cosmic education and empowerment.